The past few years have been groundbreaking for transgender visibility in the fashion industry, but we still have such a long way to go. I'm so excited to catch up with Pesh, a pioneering model who started the first transgender agency in New York City and only one of 3 in the entire country. We are here with Julia and Pesh. So Pesh, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'd like to bring you back to Thailand. I was assigned at birth as a boy, and I realized that I want to be a trans woman when I was 5 years old. So I decided to move to New York City right after I watched American Next Top Model that Isis King was featured in it. When I moved to New York City, I couldn't find anybody that would represent me. So I decided I want to form an agency that I could represent myself and other trans people that want to work in the fashion world.
Although fashion is very progressive, they're pretty exclusive and they have the tendency to tokenize people. What are your thoughts on that and why do you think the fashion world does that?
I feel like being transgender, I feel like it's sort of become like a trend in the fashion industry. When Andrea Page revealed her campaign with Makeup Forever, she was the first transgender supermodel to land like a huge makeup campaign like that. And it said like on the campaign like supermodel and trans woman. And honestly, I feel like it's part of marketing and like I said, the trend. And I feel like it's not, I just want to get to a point where it's not like an important thing to mention, like she's just a supermodel, she's just a woman.
For me personally, I think that labeling at this state is important, like because people still don't understand transgender, and being labeled helped me to see Isis King. Label would help a lot of younger people inspire because they are different. This is our talent, Shane.
How does it feel for you to be a part of a transgender agency and to have representation, and what does that like really mean to you?
Yeah, it's been incredible, and honestly it's been life-changing. I think that as trans people we receive a lot of messages that we're not good enough or not attractive enough, I mean, or no one will ever love us or anything like that. And I feel like being part of an agency that has centered one of my identities that didn't bring me confidence for so long. And that was a huge point of confidence for me, knowing that people do want to see it and people can find us attractive and just see us as whole people too.
Where do you kind of see yourself as a male actor in that world?
We have such a strict idea of like what masculinity is in our culture, and a lot of it is tied to sexism and a lot of it's tied to homophobia and things that I just didn't want for myself. I think that we need to show more ways of expressing masculinity, not only within the trans community, but just
in general.
In community in general, you know.
This is Yasmin Petty. She's a super trans model.
So how do you see transgender models paving the way in the fashion industry, and where do you think the work still needs to go?
So when I first moved to New York and I was 14, like I said, I really didn't book jobs because my agents didn't know what to do with me. They didn't know if they should be sending me out on castings as male or female, even though I looked similar to the way that I look today. This was before the time of an Andrea Page. The industry didn't know what to do with someone that was androgynous like me. So I feel now we have so much more opportunity. I feel that a lot of the commercial companies like Victoria's Secret should take a note from like H&M that books transgender models. We're their customer too, and they need to represent us in their advertising as well. Transgender people wear clothes just like everyone else, and we put our pants on one leg at a time just like you do.
Oh my God, that's so cute. What are some things that you guys are really looking forward to?
I also started dating app for trans people called T-Date. Right now we have reached 20,000 users.
I want to do more with my modeling. I want to try to become more involved with more high fashion modeling, being a tattooed model. I want to be like one of the first like biggest trans tattooed models. Like that would be so amazing. Like that's definitely something I'd like to look forward to and work for.
It's super important to have representation for everyone. Being trans is a huge part of our community. We want a more inclusive fashion industry. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I am so blown away by the work that Pesh is doing for representation in the transgender world. So I really hope you guys liked the episode, and don't forget to check out more HANNAHGRAMs.